everyone, and welcome to the 38th episode of the Orcocast, the second time, because last week was the 37th episode, and I blundered that. Imagine that. Today, on the panel, Lordval Gaming.
Hi.
And yours truly, the Orcosaurus. And we are going to have a very short episode today, which we call the Squirtycast.
Squirtycast.
Squirtycast. Okay. Two topics today. We are going to talk about the new newsletter on the blog, which is called QuickDrop Media, and they are fantastic, and you should sign up to them, and we are going to tell you exactly why you should do it. And we are going to talk about Journey to the Savage Planet, which Val probably never heard about, and is already looking like, what is this man talking about again? It's one of the most underrated titles of 2020, and had I played it in 2020, I would have put it on my list of the best games of that year.
All right, sounds great. Shall we start with that?
Yes, we can start with Journey to the Savage.
Okay.
So, what is Journey to the Savage Planet? Journey to the Savage Planet is I would say, action-adventure game by a relatively unknown studio. It was released in mid-price range, like 30 euros, $40, around that price tag, last year without much fanfare. I think the Epic Store exclusivity for a year didn't do it much good either. On PC at least. It was also released on Xbox and PlayStation. And what it is basically is, it is a very humorous action-adventure where you are stranded on a planet, kind of like Robinson Crusoe, and you just want to get off of it again. The game, I mean, the best part of, or just to give you a little bit of the sense of humor it uses, they called their first and so far only DLC Hot Garbage. Okay, the joke is lost on you.
What do you mean to say to that? I don't know.
So you're a pilot for the fourth best company in the universe and strand on this alien planet essentially, and your goal is to get off again.
Ugh, okay.
And gameplay wise, it reminds me personally from the pacing, from the way you upgrade your equipment, from the way just the world works and everything around you, a lot of Metroid Prime.
Oh, Metroid Prime, okay.
Yeah, like you have a visor you scan stuff with, you have like one gun that gets upgraded continuously. You unlock new movement abilities like a hook or a double jump, and it helps you to traverse the environment better. Obviously, after a while you go back to old places, revisit them, or look there if you missed something.
Is it like a 2D platform style? Or?
No, it's not 2D, it's 3D.
Okay.
I especially said Metroid Prime because Metroid Prime was a 3D game, a first-person game, and this is 2. I wouldn't be surprised if the developer came out and said, we were heavily inspired by Metroid Prime. I would be like, yeah, no stuff, Sherlock. It is not as good as Metroid Prime. This is not what I'm saying, but it was such a breath of fresh air for me to play that I fell in love with it. It's so much fun. It's a very relaxing game to just sit back, relax, and laugh at the dumb jokes they are doing. So you're accompanied by an AI, and like at one point you obviously find an upgrade. You find items you can use, different items, like there's, for example, walls where you can throw seeds at, and those seeds will grow into something you can attach your hook to so you can get up higher.
Yeah.
Or you find items that you can morph into trampolines. So you throw it on the ground, it becomes a trampoline, you can jump higher, then you can even use it for a higher double jump, for example. This is where the terrain traversal comes in. There's a lot of platforming involved, and just to get also a little bit of the humor, at one point you find something that is a little bit sticky and slows the enemy down if you throw it up.
Okay.
And the AI says when you first pick it up, oh look, you found alien feces, and the first instinct you have is to touch it. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very lighthearted, very humorous, and that's also what I like about it, because it's self-aware, and it mocks itself. It mocks like some tropes of video games in a good way.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I mean, I do like this kind of games, like that style of, let's just call it like Borderlands, that, they take themselves, they don't take themselves seriously.
yeah,
They want to be goofy, they
then
want to be funny, and they embrace it completely. I really do like it. It's more like, a game that is like really serious, and then they try to do some jokes in the middle, which don't make any sense because they're
it's
trying to make everything too serious. But I do like those games that really just embrace it. Like, this is, we're going to make it funny, we're going to make it goofy and everything. And,
this
we're okay with that.
game totally embraces it.
Yeah, I like that. It's like Borderlands. They totally embrace it as well.
Yeah, they totally did that. And the other thing I like about it is that it's mechanically or gameplay wise very solid.
Okay.
It seems to be, I haven't finished it yet, but it seems to be a little bit on the short end. I'm like halfway through after like 6 hours.
Is it like a single player story campaign?
Yes, but it's not single player. It's not single player. You can play with one friend. It actually has a co-op mode. I've never tried it, but it has a co-op mode. So you actually can play through the campaign together with someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And replayability? Any replayability at all?
I can't tell you anything about the replayability. But here's the big but, and since I'm a fan of single player games, which you're not, I know, or you don't care as much about them as I do, I do think the price of admission, the 30 euros, are very well spent on that game. Because even if it's a short game, I rather have a short game that is very well paced and a lot of fun while I play it, than a dragged out terrible game that isn't a lot of fun over a lot of hours.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So I still, or I will always, in that regard, hold up Vanquish in the highest regards. Probably nobody knows what I'm talking about right now. Because that game was like maybe 5 to 6 hours if you played it. But it was the biggest effing roller coaster ride I ever had in terms of action game. Because it was so incredible well designed that everything else just didn't matter. That was like 60 euros well spent in my mind. And it was even so well designed that I just replayed it on higher difficulties. Because that's where also the game really starts to shine them. And that's actually where the replay value for me comes. I don't know how this is now with Journey to the Savage Planet, but from what I've played so far and from the 50% I'm through, I would say it was already worth the asking price for me, and I'm gonna finish it because I find myself going back to it on a regular basis and just playing it for myself and just to enjoy gaming basically on my own, because I need that sometimes. I'm kind of a lone wolf sometimes, and sometimes I just need to do that for myself. This is my go-to game at the moment when I do this. Normally I play on the Switch, but in this case, Journey to the Savage Planet is my go-to, and it is a lot of fun for me just to tune out for an hour, play this for a little bit, progress a little bit further, and then just lay down the controller and come back after a little bit again. So I would highly recommend, if you're like waiting for Metroid Prime 4, which has been announced, but I don't think we had any bigger news or reveals of that one so far. I haven't kept track of it though, I have to admit that. This might shorten the waiting time a little bit. And it is one of the most underrated games of 2020 and probably also one of the hidden gems of 2020. If you have a PC, a PlayStation 4, and Xbox, get it. It's worth it.
It's actually on all the platforms as well. I thought it was on PC only.
No, it's on all platforms.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
On PC, when it was released, it was only on the Epic Game Store.
Okay.
Now it's on every store. So it's on GOG.com, which is my preferred platform on PC. It's on Steam. It's on Epic. And it was released on console simultaneously with PC. So it is a wide release. I even think it's on the Switch. I'm not sure about that, but I also think it's on the Switch. So if you get the opportunity to play it and you are more of a single player game fan, then I would highly suggest looking at this and just getting it and having a good time. I guess you can get it fairly cheap at this stage if you're on a budget, or if you are like somebody who is a little bit tight on the money. I guess you can find it used pretty cheap at this point, or you just wait until it's on sale or something. It goes on sale fairly regularly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right. Sounds great.
I bought it. I mean, I didn't even buy it for full price. I bought it half off, but I would still say that even the full asking price is okay.
It's fairly cheap already, so
Yeah.
compared to AAA, games we see
Yeah,
nowadays. So.
It is more of a double A game, like these mid-tier games that are sorely missing these days. And it's a beautiful one. Like I said, it's something that has captured my heart and attention.
That's always something good, because your last recommendation was a great game. So
Yeah, I know my stuff.
are you surprised by me saying that?
Yes, kind of.
No, you do suggest different games that I probably never played in my life. Between you and Bam Bam, I always discover something new every single week. So obviously, I think most of the people that, if they're listening to the podcast or they're watching the podcast on YouTube or listening on Spotify, they, most of them, I think they will end up discovering games every week they probably never heard of. Because people, myself, I work on this, and I don't hear of half of the games that you actually speak about.
Yeah, I know. I play a lot of games.
Yeah, well, it's great to have your opinions. It brings games to my range of games that I could play that I would never even heard of in my life if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you also play them.
Well, not all of them, because you play most of scary games that don't freaking enjoy.
I mean, that's not a scary game. That's a funny game. So.
I know. But games like, it's nice to have a game like, Deep Rock Galactic, was it?
Yeah.
The name? I get confused with the Destiny raid. Deep Rock Galactic is kind of like, it was a nice, pleasant surprise to discover and to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's these kind of things. What I don't know, like everyone is hopefully watching or listening is just have the same feeling as me. It's always a discovery when there is a new Orcocast. So keep listening to Orcocast. We always bring new games. Well, Orco brings new games. And Bam Bam, I'll bring you Destiny. It's fine. Yeah, so I mean, the game feels great. Obviously, it's a single player game, which is, if you're into single player games, you have to give it a try. People like me, I like watching them. I don't like playing them myself, but that's great. And are you actually streaming it?
No, it's my getaway game at the moment.
So no one else get to see how you play. Well, I think you should. Not chat, sorry. Could we have on the comments, please stream the game, Orco?
I have an idea with the game. We talked.
Play the game, so we can say it.
How about this? I know that you make gameplay videos on your channel. How about we both play the game together and upload the videos? Your channel from your perspective and my channel from my perspective, because the game has a co-op mode.
That actually is a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. What I want to do is the Deep Rock Galactic. Now that I want to do it. Like, I want to do it now, because that is like, honestly, I love how everything looked on that game. But we can do this one as well. I mean, we just come up with something right in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
We just come up with $1 million idea. Is that the $1 million idea though?
Yeah, that's the $1 million idea. Lord Val and Orcosaurus play Journey to the Savage Planet.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great. Shall we move on to QuickDrop then?
Yes.
the amazing guys of QuickDrop. So they're actually, a group of people. One of them is a very, close friend to me, myself, and Orcosaurus as well. And they came up with, a while ago, they came up to me with this, idea of creating a newsletter, which was going to be sent to, email. The first time I heard of it, I was like, yeah, okay, another newsletter. But they said, it's going to be like a quick one. It's going to be, 5 minutes read, where we're going to be talking about, games. We're going to be talking about, news on gaming and, streaming wise and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. Now you pick my interest. And yeah, they actually sent me the first one. And, I was like, wow, I was really, really impressed of how good, how quick and like straight up, information without going round and round like you see on many newsletters. That you get, they go round and round with the same subject for too long, and it gets kind of boring. They are like concise. They go straight to the point, and they just, they tell you what they have to tell you. I actually just, as we're having this podcast, I just received the new Quick Drop, which they're talking about No Pixel, and it's just actually, I think it's just a brilliant idea, a brilliant concept, and I hope they keep growing the concept and growing the idea, because they're doing like Friday Spotlight, which is gonna be exclusively for certain thing. The first one was myself, where they were doing like a kind of like an interview, like really quick, asking about things that I like, and my kind of like my journey, like everything very shortened. Yeah, they had as well, all the people on Friday, they've been doing a spotlight on different things. They're doing a spotlight on gamers as well. They're doing with Glimmers, I believe the last one was. And yeah, it's great to see. Like, if you're really looking for a, quick, 5 minutes read when you on the bus, on your way to school, on your way to work, and if you
On
want to
your
have a
lunch
good,
break.
yeah, on your lunch break, it's really, really 5 minutes. It's not more than 5 minutes. It's not probably not even going to take you 5 minutes. It's really quick. It's very concise, and it gives you news about everything, like gaming wise, and loads of very interesting thing for us, gamers. We're all gamers at the end of the day, and I myself like to be up to date with everything gaming wise, tournaments or whatever is going on with some game, or whatever is going on with Respawn or maybe Bungie or whatever. They come up with this news which you can read really quickly, and you don't have to go searching on any website or anything. All you have to do is go to their website, which probably will put, like, maybe up here. We'll put a link down below where you can sign up. So basically, that's gonna make it, you sign up for that, and that's, it's gonna sign you up on the mailing list, and you're gonna receive your daily newsletter from them. Just take a look, just read it, and it's super, super nice, super easy. I love it. I really am in love with the concept and how good they present it. It doesn't come with like crazy amount of things, and yeah, like, honestly, it's really good. And they give you recommendations of, like, for example, on this last newsletter, they're talking about No Pixel, and they show how they're doing, like, basically like role playing on GTA 5, and they give you like a link, the actual rules of the place. They give you a link to the actual application of them, and it's super easy. Like, if you're interested on role playing on GTA 5, and you're like, oh, this really interests me. I might, I play GTA, and I'm like, I'm into that role playing thing, and it's like, there you go. On the same newsletter, you got a link, boom, sends you straight onto the thing. It's super easy, super simple, and it's a great way to be up to date with everything. And yeah, they talk about different things, different games, different companies, different stuff every day. So more than likely, you will find 2-3 times a week at least that they're talking about something that you really are into. Something that you really like, some game or some company, and yeah, there might be something that you never knew about, and they actually bring it to you. Super easy.
Yeah.
What's
And they
your take on it,
also
Lorca?
they also have, like you mentioned, everything they write has like another link to
Mm-hmm.
more information about it. So basically, if you say, okay, like 4 out of 5 topics weren't that interesting to me, but this one was cool, you can just click the link and get to a relevant article to it, or you just, yeah, there
Yeah.
is tons of stuff you can do. And it is very varied. So from Monday to Wednesday, it's gaming. Thursday is like streaming. Then Friday is spotlight. They will spotlight a content creator. And Saturday is like one big feature about something. And it's very, very entertaining. Like Val said, a very short, brisk read. There might be some surprises coming down the line, which I can't talk about, but I know for a fact there might be something coming. And yeah, so keep an eye out on that one, as it's probably pretty entertaining. It is actually very entertaining. Yeah, so perfect thing for lunch break, for on the bus. Please don't do it when you're in the car and driving. Just as a health advice from the friendly neighborhood org. And yeah, that's basically it. What I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, they got a really cool concept. Is if you're like into gaming, you should try it out. Give it a try. You will not be disappointed, and you can trust us. I'm really happy to what they're doing and what they base everything on. They have the links. You can know more about it, like Gorgo said, and it's just great. It's a great, really quick read about everything gaming.
Everything gaming.
Absolutely.
All right, that was it, wasn't it?
I guess so.
Okay, that was Squirtycast, episode 38.
Yeah, we're keeping it simple today.
Yeah, very simple. We are under 30 minutes.
We're under 30 minutes.
Yeah, I like it. I don't have to edit all that much.
Yeah, I mean, we're under 30 minutes. I think let's just give it a try. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see how this one goes. It's a test. This is a test. Do you like 30 minutes podcast? Let us know.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And Lord Val, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/LordValGaming. You can also find me on YouTube, same name. And my socials on Instagram and TikTok, Lord Val Gaming as well, Lord Val Twitch on Twitter. And if you're looking for copyright-free music, you search on any music streaming platform for Lord Val Gaming, and you will find all like a full-on copyright playlist with over 20 hours of music at the moment. And feel free to use all that music on anything, Twitch, YouTube, any platform.
Do it. It's really good.
Oh, I like you whispering to me, man.
And you can find me on twitch.tv/theorcsaurus, twitter.com/theorcsaurus, YouTube, Instagram, and Odyssey, and YouTube as Orcocast.
Oh, that was probably the sexiest outro I've seen in my life. Yeah,
no, you have to change your pants now. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.